He's taking advantage of the fact that you're older and you probably have less options.
Advantage
than
isn't
him.
bad.
What do you
Shots
mean? I
fired.
have less.
Shots fired.
First of
You said that your main contention with age gap relationships is that the value of both men and women diminish in society as they age, and people of similar value should be together. People that are older cannot sustain themselves as long as the youth can.
Yeah.
So do you object to age gap relationships?
Yes, for the most part.
Okay, so is anybody here in an age gap relationship?
Me.
What's your
9 years. I'm older.
Oh, you're older. And you're 45 and he's 34?
35, 35,
Okay.
36. something.
And then what about you?
Yeah, everyone I've dated, except the last guy I gave a chance, has been 7+ years older. My
Every
husband's
guy.
41.
Okay. So Andrew's probably keen to weigh in on this, but what are your, I guess, your actual objections to age gap relationships?
I expressed that the value that you're going to put in a relationship as you get older is going to change, and
It's going to be less or more?
I think it's less.
you get older?
As you get older.
Isn't it? Wait, but
In the eye of the beholder, because I love
Yeah.
me some older men. Let me tell you.
I like some young men.
well, one of the
looks.
complaints I hear from younger women, like women who are in college, 18, 19, 20, 21, is they say these men don't want commitment. They just want to they're boys. It seems to me that younger men tend to lean towards not being a little bit more opposed to commitment than men who are a bit older.
I would disagree.
Okay.
I think that younger men are probably less likely to say that they want a relationship with a girl because
Fair. Well, let's bring it back to age gap, though. So can you explain a little better kind of your objections there?
yeah, other than it just being icky, which
But why is it icky?
Yeah, why is it icky?
Why
if
is it
everyone's
icky?
of legal consenting age.
Right. I didn't meet my husband when he was in high school. I met him when he was a grown man.
I think
Does it give you the ick? It gives you the ick.
it
Gives her
gives
the
me
ick.
the ick.
Does it
It gives you the ick, doesn't it?
Because I've always experienced the world where people of a similar age have a similar outlook on life, and once you cross a certain boundary threshold, that changes, and it could lead to people being taken advantage of, even if they're
You're
legal
right.
and consenting.
These young women are taking advantage
Right,
of these
older
men with
men.
resources. They're fleecing them for money. You're right.
goes both
These
ways.
young women are predatory.
Who's taking? Well, in my instance, for example, who's taking advantage of who then? Am I taking advantage of my husband because he's younger, or is he taking advantage of me because I'm older?
It could be a situation of both of you taking advantage of each other.
How? How is that? What do you mean taking? How does that work?
He's taking advantage of the fact that you're older and you probably have less options.
Advantage
than
isn't
him.
bad.
What do you
Shots
mean? I have less.
Advantage.
Wait,
Shots fired.
First of all, wait. First of all,
Less options for a potential mate.
and that's not true at all because I'm a grab. Okay, that's first and foremost. Secondly, just because I'm 9 years older than my husband does not mean that I have less options. If him and I broke up tomorrow, or if he died tomorrow, trust me, I'm going to be riding some dick eventually in a week or two.
Okay, but it's a matter of
I'm just basing facts. Facts are facts.
okay. So, do you think that you would find a man of similar value to him at your age?
Absolutely.
Someone that is your age.
I don't date men my age
Why not?
because I date men that are younger than me for a particular reason. Why? Because they can keep up with me. Older men can't.
advantage of the age.
Yeah.
No,
That's your
is true.
advantage.
That is one downfall of dating older men.
Cannot keep up with someone like me. I'm a hyper. So if you can't keep up, then I have no use for you. So there's no advantage being taken. Especially if I'm older, you would think that I would be taking advantage of him, right?
Well,
Is that
it's an
what you're saying?
advantage. I mean, I don't think taking advantage is necessarily
Right. I'm not forcing him to have sex with me. He wants to have sex with me. There's no taking advantage of. I'm not holding my husband by the head.
It's an
Fuck me.
advantage for you because he's younger and you get the sex you want because you're crazy. in the bed.
I
you
am.
know, so
Yeah.
it's advantage, and it's not bad.
Right, it's not a bad
Take
advantage.
advantage, but
I wasn't carrying his books home for him for school at school when he was 17.
I wasn't saying that shit. I was just
so,
saying.
I'm in favor of older men, obviously, but playing devil's advocate, it can be the case that predatory people pick younger people because they're easier to manipulate and they are naive and they're easier to mold and control. That is absolutely a thing. But I don't think you can say that that's just broadly every dynamic like that.
Right,
Like,
and it's not.
Hang on. Do you have a study for that?
do you?
I have an example though.
Hey, who made the claim? Hang on, who made the claim?
Okay, so let me pull a year.
Hang on, you just said, I don't think that that's generally what's going on.
I don't think it's
And do you
generally
have any empirical evidence to back that up at all?
She just said she
No.
doesn't want to make generalizations
Right.
because not every relationship.
That was,
is
she
exactly
literally
the same.
said, I don't
mean, you
think
don't need to- I don't think
generally
it
that's
takes-
what's
I don't-
going on.
No, I don't think generally that's what's going on.
Right, you don't think, do you have any empirical evidence whatsoever
I mean,
to support that?
Okay.
You generally don't
You want me to
believe-
write you a thesis
Wait,
and
so
come
wait.
back and tell
Are
you?
you
Like,
I'm not
arguing
asking for a
that you
thesis. I'm
generally-
asking. Hey, there's a reason I'm asking this because earlier you jumped all over Brian and
Okay,
said that
is
Brian.
there-
Hang on, let me finish.
Sorry.
You jumped all over Brian, and you were all kinds of upset with him because
I
he was
wasn't.
not demonstrating empirical evidence to go with a generalized statement.
I think
and
that-
yet here, hang on, you made a claim and you said generally I don't think that's what's going on, and you also have no empirical evidence whatsoever to back that claim up. Correct?
I think it's actually backwards. I think y'all were the ones that got upset and like muted me. I was like happy to debate it. I wasn't upset at all. Like I like to debate and further my understanding of
Me
things
too.
by hearing opposite sides. So like I'm not upset just because we may not come to the same conclusion.
But you wanted
But
empirical
now with,
data.
with any topic, am I going to just have like the best debate thing prepared? Like no, there's some things that if it's being presented to you for the first time, you need
That
a
you're
second
going
to mull it
to
over.
talk in generalities, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going.
And that's okay to do, right? And
Yeah,
so
sometimes.
maybe asking for empirics if you're not prepared to have my studies ready in a moment's notice, if it's okay for you to do, then it's okay for us
Well,
to do.
sure.
Does
I'm
that sound fair?
Yeah, but sometimes things are like common sense, and I'm just saying, I don't.
That's what he
I
was
just,
saying,
I
but
just
he-
genuinely don't think that's the case, but I admit that it's my anecdotal experiences.
Sure. Yeah.
But-
So
but
I'm
I
just
say,
saying
you know,
that
I
if
own it, though.
what's good for the goose, good for the gander, right? So
No, I feel
so
you.
instead of like trying to
I think
trash
there-
us for
I think there are
not having
studies, though.
empirical evidence, just remember that you often speak in generalities without having any either. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. But if I had like a Jamie, I'm sure he could pull up like. There's got to be studies on
There's no
predatory
Jamie
people.
here.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
I'm saying generally
Sorry, Nick.
speaking. Generally
Yeah,
speaking.
generally. Do you have
But
a
there's gotta
study
be
for if you generally had a Jamie that you would pull up the right?
Oh my God.
So anyway, back
There's
to the
gotta be
argument
studies,
at
though,
hand.
on that.
When you're talking about the ick, it gives
Yeah.
you the ick.
Me? Are you
I did-
talking to me?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
ick. It gives you the ick.
Gives her the
You wouldn't say though that it's an immoral thing, right? It's not actually immoral.
Oh shit. I think it isn't immoral because it's legal and there's no I don't think I can make a justification for why.
Why is it icky?
Yeah.
Why do you find it ick?
Why is it?
What about it is ick? What about me having sex with a guy who's 36 and I'm 45? What does that? What's the factor there?
Do you want me to
It
be
is-
like no holds bar?
Do it.
Yeah, let's go find out.
Let's go.
I think it just points to a desperation in both parties for a sense of
Except you've been single your entire life. What? And I've been married for 10 years to the same guy. But continue.
Let's not like get defensive and start getting angry with
I'm,
one another. Like,
I'm,
it's just
I'm
an
making a
objective
point. I'm making.
opinion.
She's been single her whole life. So with what experience and what wherewithal knowledge do you have on this topic?
She's an observer.
Well,
gives
okay,
her
but
the
earlier
ick.
we were talking about
There's
OnlyFans,
a
and you
lot
don't
of
have an
things like
OnlyFans, right? But you can
husband
still have an
sentiment.
opinion on it. So you don't always have to have firsthand experience. Y'all be nice. Be nice.
I don't know. I just like is that not a valid enough reason?
I see your.
I mean, you can imagine from a if you were to say take a conservative Christian for instance, and you were to lay all of his moral intuitions on things that gave him the ick, and called that moral, that would lead to all sorts of things being immoral you probably wouldn't
Their
consider to
Alm
be immoral,
Meatball
right?
donated $200.
Okay, so then
Guys who date older women have mommy issues and are overall weird.
I
Men
would date an
generally
older
age
woman.
like wine and women generally age like bananas.
Banana.
Age gap is perfectly normal when guy is older.
I would love to
That's
see a
bullshit.
picture of you, Mr.
Yeah,
Meatball.
Mr. Meatball, send a
bet
picture.
Mr.
She
Meatball-
wants
Women-
to have carnal
I like
knowledge
to
with
see
you.
the wine that you look
she
like, sir.
wants you
Yeah.
romantically and sexually, Mr. Meatball, but she needs a photo first.
Also, not to mention, women of melanated color do not age like bananas. Thank you very much.
That is true.
It is true. Objectively.
Well,
White
that's
women
not
age like
true.
bananas,
Is it?
but-
Yeah,
Has anybody
no, that's
seen
not
J
true.
Lo?
You know.
Are you talking?
You're not ugly. You're just poor.
No, well, no.
Is it
Haven't
more
seen
like,
Kylie Jenner.
Hold on. More like plantains?
I mean, plant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, is it not bananas, but
No.
plantains? I don't know. Okay. Right.
Like for example, Maddie's Asian. I'm Hispanic and black. We don't age the same. We don't age the same.
Oh my God. No, that's true. That there are studies on that. That melanin does make you age better. That is a real thing.
How about
'cause I've
this?
read about it.
Oh, I just made this shit up. White don't blight.
White don't blight.
White don't blight.
You're
What's
so
up?
stupid.
What does that mean?
You don't know what blight
What is-
is?
no, what
White
is
don't
blight? I
blight.
actually
Hold on,
don't.
let me Google this shit just to make sure I'm giving
No,
you the
that would be
facts.
correct. The blight, yeah. Like, you're talking about blight, like potato
thing-
blights and shit like that.
A thing that spoils or damages. Yeah.
so we're all spoiled if we're
White
not
blight.
white.
Oh my. No, that's not what I'm saying.